Hi guys! A few weeks ago, like a week ago, I asked you guys to ask me some questions so I could answer them. Honestly, since I started posting consistently on this channel, this is a video I really wanted to do. I got way more questions than I expected. I got a lot of questions about different techniques, so I think I'll be making separate videos about them and uploading them at different times. And this is gonna be a chill video where I just sit on my bed and cozy up and talk about all the things you guys asked me about. How old are you? I'm 16 years old. Where are you from? I'm from the United States. I really like your violin playing. I play the piano. Thank you. Can you play other instruments? Yeah, I've played flute for about 2 years, and I also play the piano. Who's your favorite composer? I have to think about that one for a bit. Actually, I don't. I have a couple. I like Beethoven, which I'm playing his violin concerto at the moment, and I really like all of his sonatas as well as Mozart because I like his concertos, and I love Shostakovich. Oh my god, his music is literally amazing. My favorite piece is the Shostakovich cello concerto, the first movement. I listen to it literally every single day. It's my favorite piece ever. Also, I'm obsessed with cello. What's a violin concerto you want to play? Okay, I have two concertos in mind. 3 actually. I want to be able to learn the whole Shostakovich Violin Concerto No. 2 because it literally sounds so amazing, and I tend to like the third movements of concertos. I don't really know why, but I really want to be able to learn Sibelius Concerto, the third movement, and Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto, also the third movement. What's my favorite violin concerto? I don't know. I really don't know. As of now, I would say Beethoven Concerto because that's the concerto I'm playing right now. How did you get into violin playing? I have a second mother figure in my life, and she's a family friend. So I've known her since I was a little girl, like maybe when I was 3 or something. And she's a violinist, a professional violinist, and she's a teacher. And she also went to my church, so I got to see her every week. I would see her playing the violin really often, and I think her violin playing really influenced me to play the violin, because I personally have wanted to play the violin since I was a little kid, but I didn't start playing until years later. Oh yeah, and she ended up being my first violin teacher for 5 years. Do you play in a youth orchestra? Yeah, I do play in a youth orchestra. The one I'm playing at right now, I actually transferred this year. These next couple of questions are revolving around school and practice because quite a few people ask me about practicing during school. So, how has balancing school and practice been? It's been so hard for me. It's been hard for me too. I've been struggling so hard, especially since it's my junior year and it's a busy year, and I'm taking so many harder classes this year, which, I don't know. It's a nice challenge. I'm putting in a lot of effort in school now, but it's been reducing my time that I have to practice. So I'm still trying to figure it out, and I'm 2 months into school. How do you manage your time with school and practice? So this one I'm still struggling with. I am willing to make the sacrifice to wake up about 2 hours earlier than school starts just to be able to put in about 1 hour and 30 minutes of practice before school. Of course that doesn't happen like every day because sometimes I sleep super late, but most of the time I try to wake up earlier. And how do I manage schoolwork and practice after school is a different story because I'm not good at it at all. What's helped me a lot is to set up a routine after school so that every day you have a certain time period that you have specifically for practice and another time period specifically for homework. What do you think is the best way to include practicing into a school week? I think the best way is to find motivation. Because a lot of the times the problem with balancing schoolwork and practicing is because we get so burnt out from one thing that we just forget to do the other thing. I would say when you need a break from homework, you should do some practicing to fill in that break. And when you're a little bit burnt out with practicing, then you should move on to homework. And if that gets too repetitive, you guys should be willing to take breaks and just make time for yourself because that's also important. I don't know if that made any sense, like this whole section, because I don't know, I'm just not very good at time management myself. How do you stay consistent and practicing? Since I was young, since I started my classical music training, I guess, it's been engraved in my mind that consistency is key. I try my best to motivate myself to practice every single day. I set up a routine, like schedule out my whole day and fit in practice where I can. And that's really helped me stay consistent. And I also think that it's helpful to take break days if you need them. And just because you can't fit a lot of practice into one day doesn't mean you shouldn't fit any at all. That's just what helped for me. Have you played any Paganini yet? No. I should, sometime soon. Dream recital program and venue. Honestly, I don't know. Instead of a venue, I'll just say like where I want to perform the most. I really want to perform in one of those churches in Europe that have like stained glass windows. I think that would be so cool. My dream recital program. I want to be able to perform the entire Sonata 1 by Bach and the whole Beethoven concerto, so all 3 movements. Oh my gosh, okay, there's one more thing that I would want to add to my dream recital program, and it's any piece by Sarasate. Ever since I started the violin, I've wanted to play Zigeunerreisen. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but wow, my voice is not coming out. Wow. Okay, a lot of people ask this question. How long have you been playing and what age did you start? So I've been playing violin since 6 years ago. So I was about 9 or 10. I started pretty late. So a lot of people also ask me this question. What career path do you want to take, and do you plan on going to a music university? So I want to be a music performance major. It's been my dream major since elementary school, and it's wavered back and forth because I get super discouraged sometimes about when I started and how much talent I have and how much skill I have. Those things really discourage me, so I've wavered back and forth a lot of times, but yes, I do want to pursue music, and I do plan on going to a music university, whether it be a conservatory inside a university or just a conservatory that's independent. If you want a journey about my college application, conservatory application, because I find that there's not a lot of content for that, then I am more than willing to do that because I think it would be educating and fun to watch and different and unique. So if you guys are interested, please let me know. What type of bow hold do you use? I have a Russian bow hold. How many hours a day do you practice? It really depends. Since school started, I think I've been trying to fit 2 to 4 hours a day in school days, and on the weekends I try to practice 4 to 5 hours a day. It's tough to really balance out different aspects of your life. What motivates you to practice? Honestly, I lack motivation a lot of the time. I think the main thing that motivates me to practice is that I have a sense of responsibility because I have upcoming events that I need to prepare for, so that really motivates me to get the piece ready. Or I just generally have a motivation to improve my foundation and technique and improve my sound. When that doesn't work, I usually like to listen to my role models, my favorite violinists, to get me into that practicing mindset, because they really inspire me, and inspiration leads to motivation. How many weeks or months completely? Wait, what? How many weeks or months does it take to completely master vibrato? Personally, it took me a couple of months to master vibrato. I think I still have a lot of work to do with vibrato, but to get the general gist of it, it took me about, I want to say 3 months? Yeah, it's a really hard concept to learn. It takes a long time to get used to. What do you think about the Suzuki method? Okay, so for this question, I thought that I had been doing the Suzuki method for like 5 years straight, because I learned from the Suzuki books for maybe like 4 years. So I thought I did the Suzuki method, but apparently not. I'm still not so sure what the Suzuki method is all about, but I don't think it would work for me. I don't think it's the most effective way to learn. Okay, this is the last question. There's a lot of questions within this one question, but I'm gonna try to answer them. How to choose repertoire, learn pieces, and then pick one when you need to choose one to stick with. Wait.
How to choose repertoire, learn pieces, and then pick when you need one to use.
Don't really know if I'm in the position to answer this question, because after being done with Suzuki, I've only played a few pieces, so not a lot of repertoire. And personally, I haven't had that worry because my teachers always picked out a few pieces for me to choose from. So I think to make it easier for you, if you don't have like a certain piece that you're absolutely leaning towards, then I would ask my teacher, for my level, for my potential, which pieces would you recommend me? And then pick one when you need one to use. This is, I think, is also super strategic in a way, because if you need multiple pieces to use, then I would say they can't be similar to each other. These two pieces or these multiple pieces, they can't be displaying the same characteristics as another piece that you are already playing for the audition or performance or whatever. You want to show to the panel, to the judges, to whoever is watching you or listening to you, even an audience, that you have different characteristics, that you have potential, that you are talented and skilled enough to be worthy of their time. I don't know. That's the guidelines I use when I pick multiple pieces of repertoire for an event. If I play a fast movement, a fast piece, then I would choose to play a slower piece for my other requirement, because that will give the audience contrast and different set of techniques that they could judge on. Just shows the panel that you are versatile with your choice in music. Oh, and I would also pick pieces that are from different periods of each other. So don't pick 2 pieces that are in the Baroque period, because that's going to overlap in style. And how do you stick with a few pieces at a time? Okay, so this also might differ from person to person. So I've known a lot of people that split up their days. So like 3 days of the week, they'd practice like 2 pieces from their repertoire. And they would really focus in on those pieces to achieve their goals. And the other 4 days, they would work on another set of pieces and really focus in on those pieces. What I like to do is practice all my pieces in one day. That might not really be the best idea if you have like 5 pieces that you need to practice at once, but for me, I've never had that experience. I personally like to fit all my repertoire into one day and practice it every single day of the week, because for me, consistency really leads to improvement. I really hope that answered your question. I feel bad if it didn't. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for all the questions. Thank you so much. Bye!